Hello, you all. I am back to do a song. I've never heard this before. I don't even know how to pronounce the person's name. I think I'm gonna play it so that I say it correctly. This was a paid request. If you would like to request a song, head on over to Patreon, patreon.com/menwithmare. You can just support me there if you would like. If you go over there, I share a little bit more personal stuff, and I've definitely been in a pretty serious funk, I will call it. It's this weird mix of maybe depression, but definitely come on from grief and loss. And you know, it has been 8 months since my ex and my child's father died, and I thought by now I would be so much better, but it's way worse. Like, I think I'm over the shock of it all, and it's really taking its toll. And also my son's questions around it have been very hard. Holidays are just hard. Holidays were very hard. Something feels off, something feels weird. I don't know, I can't explain it. But anyways, let's just get right on into this.
Sufjan Stevens.
Sufjan Stevens, 4th of July.
When you died, my firefly. What could I have said to raise you from the dead? Oh, could I be the sky on the 4th of July? Well, you do enough talk, my little hawk. Why do you cry? Tell me, what did you learn from the Tillamook burn or the 4th of July? We're all gonna die. Sitting at the bed with a halo at your head, was it all a disguise like junior high? Where everything was fiction, future and prediction. Now, where am I, my fading supply? Did you get enough love, my little dove? Why do you cry? And I'm sorry I left, but it was for the best, though it never felt right. My little Versailles. The hospital asked, should the body be cast before I say goodbye, my star in the sky? Such a funny thought to wrap you up in cloth. Do you find it alright, my dragonfly? Shall we look at the moon, my little Lou? Why do you cry? Make the most of your life while it is ripe, while it is light. Well, you do enough talk, my little hawk. Why do you cry? Tell me, what did you learn from the Tillamook burn or the 4th of July? We're all gonna die.
Wow. Whew. I feel like I actually needed this cry. I've been kind of holding it all day. There we go, for my nose. Oh. Okay. There is a weird comfort at the end to hear we're all gonna die, because it's true. This misery and sadness and grief that can come from missing someone who's already left can feel unbearable at times. And in a weird way, sometimes it's comforting that, you know, there will be an end at some point. But that's very morbid. And the truth of the matter is that we, you know, are gonna have to live the rest of our lives without that person. And because of that, we have to carry that heaviness. But I highly recommend watching, it was Billy Bob Thornton talking about losing his brother. It was Oprah's Masterclass or something like that. And I love Billy Bob, what he said. He is 50% happy and 50% sad and melancholy at any given moment. And that's okay. And he's always going to be that way, because that's how much his brother meant to him. And he'll honor him in that way. Some of the most beautiful things in the world will come out of pain and sorrow. And it's hard for us to even understand as human beings, like why we're even here and what this is even for. I don't want anybody to get the impression that I am like for being like, well, it's gonna be over, let's end it sooner rather than later. No. Recently, when I had mentioned at the beginning about grief, which I didn't think the song would be about that, but I just now at 8 months, I've had some panic attacks, and the shock is worn off. There's still some anger there, but I've been waking up in the night and saying like, I didn't get to say goodbye. I didn't get to say goodbye. Like, I want to say goodbye to you. And like walking around my house at night, pacing, like wishing that I could say goodbye. And it just feels so painful when you don't get to have closure. For my ex, there hasn't been a funeral or anything. I have decided I might document it even to share, because I know I have to share more about my grief, because hermiting and keeping it isolated has not been good for my mental health. And so we are thinking about doing wish lanterns and writing and sharing about my ex, and then letting them off into the sky as a way to have some kind of closure, because it just feels like this just lingering confusion. And I love how the song has cute little sayings in it, like my little Versailles. Versailles is such a immaculate, beautiful, just gorgeous place. And my little hawk, I love that as well. But I feel almost as if the song is one that I can sing a little bit to my son as he tries to understand where his dad went. And that's just been very hard, is because he's having a lot of anxiety, because he's worried about me and my body working. And so reassuring him and helping a little 7-year-old figure that out is really hard. Are all gonna die, and nobody knows what happens afterward. Nobody. I do have a slight obsession with NDEs, like near-death experiences. I'm so interested in what happens after we're gone, because people can claim that there's nothing, and they could be right. People claim that there's heaven, and they could be right. It could be as if there's not even pain, and you go into a new life. I don't know. But all of that existential thinking has really not helped me so much in getting peace. I think the peace has come around with acceptance of death and its role in my life. I felt very rejecting of my grief and my sadness and not wanting it and being like, it's enough. I don't want to cry anymore. I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to feel any of these emotions. I want to fast forward. And I was actually saying to my therapist, though I'm a therapist, I was telling her how I want to feel like my old self again. And she was like, you're never going to be your old self again. And realizing that this grief can be integrated into my life and into who I am becoming. And not to look at something as shameful, because for some reason I felt, since this happened to me in my life, that there must be something wrong with me, even though that's silly. Life is unpredictable. But I'm realizing now that there is wisdom that can be gained from having hardships in your life. And I was thinking about the image of the crone, which you know, sometimes people use that as a derogatory term toward like an old woman who's past her prime, who doesn't have the society doesn't have any use for her anymore. But there's also the true truth of what a crone is, and that is a wise woman who I aspire to be when I'm old and 80, 90, 100, where you can speak to things and know what your grief has taught you and know that you can get through it. This is the hardest one that I've had yet in my life. I know I can get through it, but I have my doubts at times. But I think that like shifting my perspective on grief and loss as if like this is a part of me that I will carry with me forever. And I am not going to let it take me under by getting so depressed that I can't feed myself or get out of bed, or I refuse to let that happen for myself and for my son. So I have to push through it. I have to, it's not even push through it. I have to hold it and attend to it, all of the feelings that I have, all of the emotions that come up. And it's been really hard to do that. Like I always feel like I'm a decrepit old woman, like just with the stress that's been over many years, that I can kind of see the light though now, that like a little light that's inside that is like, how do I not only survive it, excuse me, sorry, but how do I thrive from it? Or it's not all about thriving, actually. It's about growth. Like, how can I grow from this? How can I maybe help others with it? How do I help myself so I can help my son? The only thing that I've come to realize from that, like really examining things, is that I need more community, and I have asked for it and asked for help, and it's been kind of amazing. I feel like I'm in the midst of trying to figure it all out, and this song just cracked me open. I'm happy to cry. I don't want anybody to be like, gosh, you guys, give her a break, because sometimes people say that, like, stop requesting her to react to these like super sad songs. It's okay. We have tears for a reason. They are cleansing, and I feel better afterward. I encourage everyone to cry and to let it out. Thank you for this one. Hold your people close. Know that I love you. Even if you don't know me, just sending you all love.